So good morning. It's now the 1st of April. Or is it? Did I get a good night's sleep? No, not really. I think I've had about 4 or 5 hours sleep. It was quite noisy to lay by because it was right next to the dual carriageway. But anyway, we're up, filled up with fuel, and we're on the road that goes into the port of Dover. It's chocker. Hang around, have a little look. But yeah, I've been in this queue now for probably not too long, maybe 20 minutes or so, something like that. But yeah, it is what it is. So we just take our time and just follow the car in front. And but I mean, my ferry's not until 10. What is it now? It's 10 to 8, so I think we'll be alright. So anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Here we are, finally in the old lane, waiting to get on the ferry. What is it? 9:30. My ferry leaves in 10, so I think I'm getting my one, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I've been waiting in passport control for probably an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. So I was like, oh, I think I might missed the ferry, but I think we're okay. So can't see the sea, so I don't know if it's going to be a rough crossing or not. I think it's going to be fairly okay. So I might talk to you when I'm on the ferry if I've got time and it's quiet. But at least we've made it to the ferry. So here we are, we've made it into, I would like to say sunny Dunkirk, but it's not, it's grey and shit. Got stopped by customs and they had a good van tour. That's the second time now that I've come. Once when I was going to the UK, I got stopped by them and they had a look inside, and this time they've stopped me coming into France. You know, at the end of the day, everyone wants a van tour of Neo because he's a very famous van, isn't he? So anyway, we're going to get on the roads. We're going to drive to Belgium now. We're going to go to a place called Neiuwpoort. Excuse all of my pronunciations in this particular series. They could be wrong. I'll do my best. And then when we get there, I'll then explain in a bit more detail what it is exactly I'm trying to do. Speak to you later. So we've just driven through our first country, through France, gone through Dunkirk, and we are now in Belgium. We're not going to be in Belgium long. We're probably only going to be here all of today, tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow, depending how all goes, I will be back in France again, but further inland. So at the moment we're driving up the coast, so going north from Dunkirk to Neiuwpoort, and I'm basically taking back roads as well. The whole idea of this trip, and I'll explain a little bit later, is to try and stay off any toll road, motorway, etc. So, and a lot of the places that I'm going to be going to anyway, and the route that I'll be taking is naturally going to be taking quite a lot of small roads. So yeah, this is a small road which is taking me up the coastline. The coast is off to my left. You can't see it. It's a little ways off to the left. So yeah, in our second country, Belgium. Ooh, fancy a waffle. Right, so here we are at the start of my journey. I didn't do quite the Reginald Perrin going into the English Channel naked. I just reenacted it coming out of it fully clothed. So yeah, this is Neiuwpoort in Belgium, and just over to my left is the English Channel, and I thought this would be a good place to start. So what is it you're doing? So the idea is, I came up with this idea not that long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, before actually embarking on this. On my bucket list, I've always wanted to see some of the First World War sites, some of the battlegrounds, the monuments, the cemeteries, etc. And whilst looking on the map, it then occurred to me that the Western Front is a line, and naively I always just thought of it of being particular sections of Belgium, France, etc., where all these battles took place. But of course there is an actual line, a sort of line of defence that was made, and I sort of found an app called the Western Front app, funny enough, and started looking into it, and have basically used that app as the kind of basis to do this trip on. So the idea is I'm going to follow as closely as possible through country roads, back roads, trying to avoid all kind of motorways, etc., and toll roads. And I'm going to follow the line of the Western Front. It's going to take me from Neiuwpoort, and the reason why I'm going to start here, because I wanted to start by the coast, and it ends in a small village or town called Vetterhaus, on the border of Switzerland. So the idea is that I've used the Western Front app. I'll put in links, etc., or if I can remember. But by using that app and looking at all of the sort of towns and villages that it goes through, this was a walking app. It was a walking and a cycling app. So I've used the walking app and the towns and villages that tends to sort of go through, and have made 8 legs. And each leg has a stage, because Google will only allow you to do 10 waypoints. So each leg has got 10 waypoints. Well, actually, let's call it 9, because you're starting on your first waypoint. And I'm going to use those waypoints and try and follow as many monuments, etc. And the idea is to try and get myself to Switzerland. There's 8 of them, so I should be able to do it in 8 days. The longest of them, I think, is 155 kilometers. I think this first one is only 85 kilometers or something like that. And we're just going to take our time and just see where it gets us. We're just going to start here in Neiuwpoort, work our way to Dixmude, down to Ypres, or I think they might call it Leper here. Then we go down back into France to a small place called Amiens. We're going to go from there. We'll go through past Lons, I think it is. We'll go past down to Arras, and then I think that's as far down as we go, and then we sort of cut across and we start heading east. And we will go past Reims. Where else will we go? We'll go past Nancy, and we work our way down past Mulhouse, until we get down to Vetterhaus or Vetterhaus. So yeah, it's got an exciting trip. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do it. I know the last 3 stages or 3 legs are quite mountainous, so even though they're about 150k or so, it's going to take a while because there'll be lots of twisty roads, etc. So I'm just going to try and take in some of the bigger monuments, some of the bigger cemeteries, try and take in some museums, etc. I'll get up when I get up, try and get up early, get going, see how many monuments and cemeteries I can do within a day, and then call it a day at sort of 4 or 5 o'clock, and then look on Park for night and try finding somewhere to park, sort of thing. So it's a bit of an adventure. I have no idea where I'm staying. I've literally rocked up now. What's the time now? Time, Robert, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the Saturday the 1st of April, no joke. And we're going to go to our first monument, which is here in Neiuwpoort. It's a very large monument, and we're going to take that one in first. I'll try and take pictures and video it as much as possible, weather permitting. I'll try and get the drone up, etc. But I thought this would be quite a nice place to start, because over there to my left is the English Channel, and you know, many hundreds of thousands of British troops came over on steamships or whatever it was back then in 1914, and would have made their way across that small strait to come here to essentially what was a living hell, and probably, you know, one of the most frightening things that you can ever think of doing. And they were coming over here to fight the cause. So yeah, I'm imagining it be quite moving, some of the stuff I see. And anyway, we'll see where we go. You know, we're just going to take our time. I can't lie, I'm already tired. I think that's mainly because it was quite stressful trying to get through passport control at Dover, because I thought I was going to miss the ferry. And then when I came across, I then got stopped by customs. And they had a van tour. But anyway, this is it. This is the start of my tour of the Western Front. At the moment, all is quiet. But you never know what might happen. Okay, so enjoy.